in this regard, and we move forward with more latest breaking developments that we are tracking in response to the Air India crash tragedy. Singapore Airlines has joined the UAE's flagship Etihad Airways in inspecting the locking mechanism of the Boeing 787 fuel switches. The leading UAE carrier has even sounded the alarm among the pilots to exercise caution while fuel control switches are being operated on the Boeing 787 fleet. On Monday, India's Directorate General of Civil Aviation issued an order directing all the carriers with Boeing 787 and certain 737 variants to look into the locking system of their aircraft's fuel control switches by the 21st of July. Aditya Vadhavan, my colleague, joins me with the latest updates on this. As the DGCA has also ordered the inspection, Aditya, it is now in fact the Etihad Airways after the UK Aviation Board has also looked into the inquiry going behind the fuel switches controversy and concerns being raised on that. What more information are you able to pick up at this point of time as the Air India crash fallout has resulted into the aviation sector being on high alert?
Well, absolutely, Simran. If you see, post this crash of Air India flight number AI 171 in Ahmedabad, the global aviation authority is also, now maintaining a tight vigil on all the airlines as per the standard operating procedures as to how they operate and how they what checks do they do before the flight is takes off. So recently we have seen how this entire controversy regarding the switch fuel is concerned. At this juncture, it needs to be seen whether the petrol, whether the fuel in the airline at a wine fuel is sufficient before the flight takes off or not. This needs to be seen. At this juncture, it is very essential now. We could expect many changes, in the days to come as far as the checking in and the inspection of the airlines is concerned. The fuel checking and other mandatory checks now, because there has been a concern regarding the Boeing aircrafts, around the world, how the Boeing flights is. So it needs to be seen from here on how this entire situation unfolds in the days to come, because the International Aviation Agency will now monitor each and every airline, and individually the airlines also, as you mentioned, Etihad and Singapore Airlines will also now lay emphasis on checking of the fuel switches before the flight takes off. Yes, Simran.
Thank you very much for sharing the latest updates that you are putting in perspective at this point of time, and we move forward with the latest update that we are tracking.